Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing tips for Thursday, the 19th of September. Well, £6.50 staked, £3.65 back. I'm not even going to mention the poor Midgley outsider of the two winning the race. Let's move on and let's get into Thursday's racing. So I'm going to Pontefract Races. Well, I'm not going, but the bet's going there. So it's a 10 pence each way, lucky 15, and 25 pence each way singles. So the first selection is Emperor Caradoc at 5 to 1 in the 3 minutes past 2 race at Pontefract. There's absolutely no pace in this race whatsoever. This horse is one of, I believe, two or three horses that race prominently but don't normally lead. If this one gets to the front and dictates its own pace, it could be very difficult to catch. Paul Midgley also gives a sub in this race, but I don't fancy that horse, so you can guess what's going to happen. The second selection is Edward the Ninth at 17 to 2 in a 3:33 at Pontefract, paying 4 places instead of 3. This horse is running much better than it looks. Its racing post ratings are very close to its official rating. That means basically it's running to its rating. I think there could be 3 or 4 in this race that go off like the clappers. If they do, they could set the race up for Edward the Ninth. Or don't get me wrong, it's not a good horse, but that a fast pace will play to its strengths, because it will want this distance, if not a little bit further in time. The third selection is King of Unicorns at 7 to 1 in the 5 past 4 at Pontefract, paying 4 places instead of 3. Gradually running into a little bit of decent form. Unfortunately it's been upped by another pound, well, by £1 from its last run, but its last run was very encouraging. Trained by Mickey Hammond, I think it's got a decent chance, but there's 1 or 2 fighting for these extra places behind this current odds-on favourite. I was actually thinking whether Mark Prescott or Sir Mark Prescott has got a good strike rate out there, but I think it's only 18% at Pontefract, which is okay, but bearing in mind that it's got some very high percentages, because to be fair, it's got a very high win strike rate, as you're well aware. So the final selection is Monte Linus at 7 to 2 in the 5:15 at Pontefract, paying 4 places instead of 3. So this selection, it's got a good chance. I do like the look of it. It's Simon Crisford. It doesn't take his horses for nothing to Pontefract. This same colours, same trainers. When I backed one of his, it was a much bigger price last time. I think it was about 12 the last time I backed Simon Crisford at this race. At this track. And Jack Mitchell very rarely comes to this track. I think that tells you everything about the trainer and jockey. So those are the 4 selections. Monte Linus is probably the obvious winner. Emperor Caradoc is probably the obvious each way selection. Edward the Ninth, I wouldn't say I'm clutching at straws, but it's like hoping. And King of Unicorns should run its race. So if you can give me a like or a subscribe or a notification, if you, click the notification bell, that's it. Or just give me a like, I don't mind. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.